Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at how to design the Metropole Parasol, which is there in Seville, Spain. So we can get the plan image from your general Google search, and then we can use our interpolate curves to create our general shape for the structure. And when I'm doing this, I'm going to be selecting the points which are going to be slightly inside the actual construction, purely because we'll be looking at blending and trimming functions along with extrusions again in this particular example. So for blending, we're going to pretty much just create this curve slightly inside so we can get the desired shape and not have it overextend too. First step is just create your general points around, and the most ideal way to do that would be using the interpolate curve because it allows the lines to pass through all the control points that you place on the drawing. So this might shouldn't take too long. So just wrap the curve all around. Get like the closest shape. Whole point is to try and understand how the geometry works, and you can get that. So yeah, when you have your curve, you can see that you get your curve all around, and you can probably move to another, say, your front view. Possibly just give it some height. Okay, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a. We need to create a surface out of this. So in your surface creation tools, you can go to a surface from planar curves. Once you hit that, you can see that you get your surface as is. Now, when you see the Metropole parasol, you know that there are certain undulations at the bottom and the top. So to create that, what you're going to do is we're just going to rebuild the surface. So I'm going to create a 12 by 10 grid, leave the degree as 3 by 3, hit OK. You can see that the iso curves which are present within the surface have changed now. And if I turn on my control points, you can see that they kind of spread out evenly. And now I just need to make my edits for the control points going up and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to deselect surfaces and I'm deselect curves also because we're selecting points right now from the selection filter. So I'm going to select all the points. I'm going to hold shift so that I can select multiple points together. So I'll select these two as well. So the undulations which are present on the surface are all located near the columns. So I'm accordingly selecting the points there. So now what I'm going to do is at the bottom surface, the curves are angled downwards. So I'm just going to bring them down a certain bit, not too much, just to give them that shape. And yeah, so we've gotten our bottom surface pretty much. And I'll just turn off my control points. Now using F11, and you can turn them on using F10. So now what I'm going to do is I've already created the circles, which you can just create directly from your circle option in your toolbar. Yeah, so we created our circle, one for the column and one for the trim that we would require because we're going to be blending it. So I'm going to be executing the trimming process now. So I'm just going to type in trim. So to select the cutting objects. I'm just going to select all the larger circles. Once I'm done, I'm going to hit spacebar. Now it says select object to trim. And I can go into the plan and then top view and then just select the curve. So you can see once I've done the first trim, it gives us a preview of all the other trims that it's going to do. So all you need to do at this point is just select the within the circle of each, and it pretty much completes the trim as we need it. Okay, so we're done with the trimming. So now what I'm going to do is this I've created the bottom surface. So now the next step is going to be the top surface. And once we get both of them, we can just blend them together to get the shape. So I'm going to hold on Alt And I'm just going to create a copy of this using the gumball. Maybe slightly shorter. Fine. So I've created my top surface, and when you see the image for the Metropole parasol, you can see that there are two sections within the top surface uh, which have kind of a extrusion towards the top. So it's not a bottom curve as such. So what I'll do is I'll select the top surface, switch on my control points using F10, go back to my plan. I'm just gonna select my curves. So these are just over the central points because those are the only ones that make much of a difference. And I'm gonna just extrude them slightly, not too much also. Give them like a certain amount of curvature. I'm gonna turn off my control points and we pretty much got this. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on the columns which are there. So for the columns, I've again already created my curves, circular shapes on the plan. So for now, I don't need this, something like that. Okay, so now you can see we have the inner curves. So what we're gonna do now is just pretty much extrude them. So what I'm going to do is, for now, if you see the image of the Metropole parasol, you can see that some of the columns aren't straight extrusions. They are extruded at an angle, but some of them are. So for the benefit of explaining this, I'm going to just select a few of them for these things. I'm going to just extrude these using the extrude curve function. And you can go to maybe your front view and select maybe a distance, whichever seems ideal. Maybe do something more than that. So create the first extrusion. And now what I'm going to do is for the next two, I'm going to do the angled extrusion. So what I'll do initially is I'm just going to move these up to roughly the same point as where these are. I'm going to extrude the curve, select the two curves that are the ones on top, hit enter. And in your command prompter, you can see there's something called direction. So I'm just going to select that. And I'm going to select the base point and just itself. Set the base point there. Give it like a slight curve to me there. Took the extrusion to there. And you can see that you get the curve as you need it. I'm just gonna do this one. Create an outward curve for this. At that point. So now we have our outer column. But if you see again the section of a certain right, all these columns are hollow because that allows for the vertical movement for the space because this is the pavilion which has access to the top. For that, what you're going to use is pretty much just the offset function. You can use offset surface and we're just going to select flip all because we're trying to create an internal one. But you can see that some of them are on the fifth. So what you can do is we'll just deselect the curved ones. I'm gonna just create the same offset for just the vertical axis first. I'm gonna switch off solid as no, and then flip all so that we get this offset inside. Hit enter. And you can see we have our inner curves. And now we're going to do the same thing for the two angled ones as well. They're already inwards. It's done. And now we have all of our offsets. But now when you see the offset, it has small problems with regards to how it sits on the plane. So what we're going to do is we're just going to scale this in one direction. So you can see if I do this, it starts to change the angle of it. So I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to do scale 1B. Let's select the first point here. Select the second point as this. And then just I'll move that up. And similarly, just move it down as well. Okay, similarly, I'm going to do the same for this as well. And I'm just going to select the internal surfaces and I'm just going to bring them to a certain height. It's easier to do the selection in your 3D perspective view itself. I'm going to select multiple using the shift key in the keyboard. So those 4. Now scale in 1 dimension. Select the base point, top point, and give it a certain height. So the reason why we're doing this is purely so that when we do the blending for the inner surface to the top one and the bottom outer surface for the bottom surface, we get an ideal blend and you're not going to have any surfaces touching each other. The last thing I'm going to do is I need to get rid of this excess distance here. So what I'll do is I'm just going to create a polyline through and through to about here. I'm just going to use my trim function to get rid of the excess. So once that is done, we can get rid of the line. And now we pretty much, all we are left to do is the blending of the surfaces. So if we type in blend surface, comes as an option. So now all we need to do is select the surface edges. Check if the lines are ideal. Then you can make the adjustments with this based on how you want this blending surface to be. And all you need to do now is pretty much just repeat the same function with the other curves as well. So you just need to keep repeating the function till you get the desired result. So I've finished my outer columns. Now I'm just gonna finish up the inside ones as well. So if you want to repeat a function, all you need to do is just hit spacebar. If that is the last function that you use, and it just does that. So this is all methods to increase the speed at which you can do your modeling. So you can see that even the internal ones are done. Now the last thing that I need to blend is the top surface, which is this one, and the bottom surface, which is that one. So I'm going to do blend surface again. Select the outer edge here, outer edge there, hit enter. Then choose the one which would fit the surface most. Hit OK, and now you can see we've got like a general shape of what we need. And now lastly what I'm going to do is we need to get the individual elements from all this. So I'm going to deselect curves, select all my surfaces, and I'm just going to join them. Okay, so now I have joined it. Now when I select the entire thing, I have as one surface. And if you see the bottom of these are going to be remained open. So to avoid that, I'm going to just cap them so that I have a completely closed surface. And you can see I have all the curves below covered up. Okay, this is going to play a role once I introduce the next function. So if you see the Metropole parasol, it has individual elements, right? The wooden elements which go across the entire ring. So for that, since they are equally spaced from those particular elements are all equally spaced, we can use a function called contour. So once we hit contour, you can see it says select objects for contour. You can select the surface, hit enter. Now it says select the base points. I'm going to select the farthest left point here. I'm going to just switch out quick snap. So maybe about there. I'm just gonna hold shift so I draw a straight orthogonal, a straight line, ortho line. I'm gonna select a random point here. Now it asks for distance. I say 4. The rest of it seems fine. So now I'm gonna hit enter. Now you can see that the lines are gonna be created at equal spaces of 4 between each other. So I have my first set of curves. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just set this into a new layer. So I have my new layers already, layer 3. I'm going to change object layer. So now it falls onto that object layer. I'm just gonna switch that off again. So now we have a second wooden points as well. So what I'm gonna do is just do the same thing again. I'm gonna select the object. This time I'm gonna select my bottom point here. I'm just gonna hold shift again. Let's select here. For distance again. So you can see now it's in the other direction. Now I'm going to change it to this object layer. I'm going to change it to that layer. And now we pretty much, if I view that as well and probably change that to there. You can see we've gotten the general shape of the structure. And now the last thing that we need to do is first we need to create planes out of this. I'm going to select my curves option, select the entire thing, and now I'm going to go to surface from planar curves because each of them are planar curves within themselves. So you can see I have my planar curves and I have the shape as I need it. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to do offset surface. And I'm going to keep a distance of maybe about 0.75. That's there. And I'm going to create my solids as yes, because I need them to be a solid structure. That's going to give me the wooden material. And I'm going to hit enter. Now this will take a little time. So let me wait for it to get done. Now that's done. If I go to my perspective, you can see that we have the structure as we need. So this pretty much helps us understand blending surface, trimming, offset surface, and all the surface creations. And we honestly get the shape that we need. So if you see the vision. And we get structure as we need it. So yeah, to check out more of our videos, just look at the channel that's mentioned below and like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.